Oh, wow, it's a lot more spacious than I don't know what I thought it was going to be, but this is a nice sized place.
It is indeed. Yeah, nice high ceilings.
Yeah.
Bathroom just here to the right, and here on the left is a full kitchenette.
These apartments are soon to become a long-awaited home for people in need of housing in the Kitchener area.
So there are 43 permanent apartments here at St. Mark's Place. It's a mixture of studio and one-bedroom apartments.
Tenants moving into Indwell's latest build have experienced chronic homelessness for an average of 8 years. The need for housing has never been more dire, and in Kitchener, churches are a part of the solution. St. Mark's Place is the former home to a Lutheran congregation who merged with 2 other churches. With the building no longer needed for Sunday worship, the church community decided to sell to Indwell, a Christian charity that creates affordable and supportive housing.
St. Mark's became, or had already been used heavily for work for folks in poverty, and they really wanted that part of their ministry and mission to move forward with the actual building. So they were thrilled when Indwell was able to purchase, and they sold at half the market value.
As someone who worshiped in this church for so many years, what's it like for you to stand here now in one of the completed rooms?
It's a bit of a mixed emotion, but it's also coupled with so much immense pride and excitement for what this place has become. It's a very difficult choice to have to leave a church and to find what is God calling for us to do in this space. And we wanted to be good stewards. So to see what Indwell has done with this space is so amazing, that they've kept the beautiful ceilings and they have incorporated as much of the original architecture as they can, and that they've kept the sanctuary. I can't speak about how happy and excited and proud I am of everything that's happening here.
So how does the church, plan and look at being involved in this particular community as things move forward?
I think as things move forward, we've already been involved in trying to help welcome the residents as much as we can. I know some members came together and made these hygiene kits, which includes the stainless steel bowl so that they can be reused and again in the kitchen, but it has toothpaste, toothbrush, soap, so things that will help welcome the residents. I know other members also helped in the putting together of furniture, and in that sort of thing, members have donated to the pantry. And we also did a campaign for quilts, we called it 43 Quilts in 43 Days. And we wanted to have each resident be gifted with a quilt that would be as unique as they are. And the response we got, the word went out to communities and to churches, and the response we got was overwhelming. Between what we made at Trillium and what we donated and what the community gave us, we had well over 80. So that's in a very short period of time, but that speaks to people who want to help make these residents feel welcome.
And St. Mark's isn't the only church stepping up in the affordable housing crisis. Just 5 minutes away, St. Peter's Lutheran Church is reimagining their space.
This space was classrooms, meeting rooms. There was a ladies' guild who had a quilting and a sewing club up here. It was really nice. We took all of that out. All those walls came down. All the existing infrastructure, HVAC and electrical came out. And now we're replacing it with all new walls, new electrical, new heating, to make it into a total of 41 units when we're done.
41 units, okay.
The courtyard windows here, we're going to replace all of that. And we're going to build a computer lab. And we're going to build a small community room with a kitchenette in it. People sometimes just need a place to read or to do a jigsaw puzzle.
Sure, just to
hang out. And so we're doing that intentionally along this glass wall so that it's very easy to move from that inside space to that outside space in the courtyard.
Okay, just as a point of interest, will they be able to see the stained glass windows from across
Absolutely.
still?
It's beautiful. At night, when the church is occupied and the lights are on, that stained glass is gorgeous.
I can imagine.
Yeah. That's important to us. The stained glass that we have over here on the chapel side, we're keeping what we can, and there's one window that has to come out. We're going to install it in the dining room on a light box and keep telling that story of what the building was.
Yeah.
This was always a missional space. and it's going to always be a missional space.
Yes, ma'am.
But by keeping the stained glass, we continue that story of being on mission in this space.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Pastor Mark, we're standing in a beautiful sanctuary that is an active construction site. How did the church come to the decision, to lease, about half of its building for affordable housing?
Absolutely. Well, the St. Peter's congregation has always had a soft heart for advocacy and social justice. And a recent burning bush moment, happened several years ago. We were behind the church and we were doing some cleanup. There was a lot of drug paraphernalia. And in the course of doing that cleanup, we discovered that there was a family of 3. And they were living in an air vent behind the church, one of the church's air vents. And they had a mattress in there and a little kitchen set up and all of that sort of stuff.
Really?
And over top of where they were living, they had written the words Mr. and Mrs. Nobody and offspring. And we stared at that for a while.
Yeah.
The significance of that wasn't lost on us. How could we gather around this table, standing when we're supposed to stand and sitting when we're supposed to sit, and all our finery and praising and praying and singing, when there's somebody on the other side of that very same table, God's table, who feels like they're a zero, that they don't matter, that they're a nobody. This is not God's justice. And so that galvanized us as a community, once again, as a people of faith who can no longer remain idle, to do something and to step up.
The church partnerships go beyond providing a building.
There's a number of ways churches come alongside tenants who are in close proximity in the same building. Isn't that the church's mission as well, to create community for people who want to experience wellness and improve wellness? We're all wanting to become more and more like Jesus, and that's one way that we can partner together to do that. And Indwell, we can't do what we're doing without the church. We are keenly aware that we are not the church, and we depend on the church, just like all of us as individuals who believe. We want to be part of a body of believers.
James North Baptist Church in Hamilton, Ontario is seeing their vision for affordable housing in action. 45 units are a part of the church building, and tenants like Daniel feel like the church is a part of their home.
It's a welcoming place. I have a place to call my own home, and a place that I can share with others, invite other people into in community. I've been able to be involved with the church community downstairs. It's my James North, I call home, my home church now, and being involved in the different ministries such as the Hub and Coffee's On, and just interacting with the tenants on a regular basis, and just living out my faith here at the North End Landings.
At Indwell, a place to live is more than a home. It's a window to hope.
Not everyone that comes to us may be a Christian, but they still need hope, and we want them to have hope. Ultimately, we would love for them to know Jesus and to have the hope of an opportunity to be in eternity with Jesus forever. But for them, it's more immediate. They just need a safe place to live. They need to know that someone cares for them. They need to know that someone is behind them. And so, as our vision is Hope and Homes for All, it begins with offering a safe place to live, so that then they can know, yes, I have a safe place to live. That means I'm not thinking today about where I'm going to sleep tomorrow. I can think about something else tomorrow. I can think about improving my health and wellness tomorrow. And that brings hope.